Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yatham Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganaraganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shivishakam Vitam Sya Om Jnana Timirandasya Yanajana Shilakya Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasma Shri Gurave Namah Gaurva Bhistam Supurakam Gurganara Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipunam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govinda Abhidam Ujjalam Varatanum Bhaktyan Vitam Sundaram Mande Vishwa Gurun Shah Divyat Bhagavat Prem Noe Bija Pranam Devam Divyatanum Suchanda Varanam Balarka Chilanshitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Varam Bandetam Shubharam Mareka Sharanam Nyashishvara Shridharam Vanshakapatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahabaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishna das Kaviraj Goswami. Translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This is Antya-lila chapter 5. Srila Ramananda Raya instructs Pradyumna Mishra. And actually the second half of the chapter is about a Bengali poet who wants to present a drama for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I'll start on text number 91. Bangadeshi ek bipra prabhura charite Mataka Kori Laya Aila Prabhuke Shunaite. A Brahmin from Bengal wrote a drama about the characteristics of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and came with his manuscript to induce the Lord to hear it. Bhagavanacharya Sane Tara Parichai Tare Mili Tara Gare Korila Aloy. The Brahmin was acquainted with Bhagavanacharya, one of the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, after meeting him at Jagannath Puri, the Brahmin made his residence at Bhagavanacharya's home. Pratame natakateho tare shunaila tara sange aneka Vaishnava nataka shunila. First the Brahmin induced Bhagavanacharya to hear the drama, and then many other devotees joined Bhagavanacharya in listening to it. Sabhai prashamshe natak paramautam Mahaprabhure Shunaite Sabarahoilaman. All the Vaishnavas praised the drama, saying, very good, very good. They also desired that Mahaprabhu hear the drama. Gita Shloka Granta Kavitva Jekori Ane Pratame Shunaya Se Swaruperastane. Customarily, anyone who composed a song, verse, literary composition, or poem about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first had to bring it to Swarup Damodar to be heard. So customarily, anyone who composed a song, verse, literary composition, or poem about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first had to bring it to Swarup Damodar to be heard. Swarup Thai Uttare Jadi Loya Taraman Tabe Mahaprabhu Thai Koraya Shravan. If passed by Swarup Damodar, it could be presented for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to hear. Rasabas hoy jadi siddhanta viroda sahitena pare Prabhu mane hoy kroda. If there were a hint that transcendental mellows are overlapped, such as rasabas, in a manner contrary to the principles of the bhakti cult, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not tolerate it and would become very angry. So these two things were important elements that it not violate the principles of rasa bas, which means an incompatible mixture of different rasas, and siddhanta viroda, that it doesn't go against the conclusions of siddhanta. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur quotes the following definition of rasa bas from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Purvam evanushishtena vikala rasa lakshana rasa eva rasa basa rasagyar anukirtita shustrid trido parashas chanurashas chaparashas chate utama madhyama proktam kanishtas cheti amikramat praptai stai vibhavanu bhavadhyaistu virupatam shanta dayo rasa eva dvarasho parashamata bhaktabir vibhavadhyai Krishna sambandha varjitai rasa hasyadaya sapta shantas chanu rasamata Krishna tat pratipakshas ched Vishayash Shrayatam Gata Hasadinam Tada Tetra Pragyar Aparasamata Bhavasarve Tada Basha Rasabashas Chakechana Ami Prokta Rasa Bhigya Sarvepi Rasanad Rasa. A rasa temporary appearing transcendental, but contradicting previous state of rasas and lacking some of rasa's necessity is called rasa bas, an overlapping rasa by advanced devotees who know how to taste transcendental mellows. Such rasas are called uparas, sub-mellows, anuras, imitation transcendental mellows, and aparas, opposing transcendental mellows. Thus, the overlapping of transcendental mellows is described as being first grade, second grade, or third grade. When the 12 mellows, such as neutrality, servitorship, and friendship, are characterized by adverse sthayi-bhava, pibhava, and anubhava ecstasies, they are known as uparas, sub-mellows. When the 7 indirect transcendental mellows and the dried-up mellow of neutrality are produced by devotees and moods not directly related to Krishna and devotional service and ecstatic love, they are described as anuras, imitation mellows. If Krishna and the enemies who harbor feelings of opposition toward him are respectively the object and abodes of the mellow of laughter, the resulting feelings are called aparas, opposing mellows. Experts in distinguishing one mellow from another sometimes accept some overlapping transcendental mellows, rasa bas, as rasas due to their being pleasurable and tasteful. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Paraspara vairayor yari yogas tara rasa basa. When two opposing transcendental mellows overlap, they produce rasa bas, or an overlapping of transcendental mellows. Ateva Prabhu Kichu Age Nahi Shune E Marjara Prabhu Koriache Niyame. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not hear anything before Swarup Damodar heard it first. The Lord made this etiquette a regulative principle. Could you close that door, please? Swaruper Thaya Charya Koila Nivedan Egvipra Prabhurnata Koriache Utam. Bhagavan Acharya submitted to Swarup Damodar. A good Brahmin has prepared a drama about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that appears exceptionally well composed. Ado tumishuna jadi tomara manomane Paiche Mahaprabhure tabe koraimu shravane. First you hear it, and if it is acceptable to your mind, I shall request Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to hear it. Swarup ko he tumigopa paramo udar Jai Shai Shastra Shunite Icha Upajay Tomar. Swarup Damodar replied, Dear Bhagavanacharya, you are a very liberal cowherd boy. Sometimes the desire awakens within you to hear any kind of poetry. So you can see that Bhagavanacharya, he's a nice devotee, but sometimes he's involved indirectly in controversy. He was the one who sent Chota Haridas to Madhavi Devi to beg rice from her, that ultimately resulted in Mahaprabhu rejecting the association of Chota Haridas. He's also the person who had a relative who was who Mahaprabhu met but didn't take very much notice of because he was a Mayavadi, and he wanted Swarup Damodar and the devotees to hear from his relative, the Sharirak Bhashya of Shankaracharya, which Swarup Damodar rejected. And now he says to Swarup Damodar, because he knows that any drama or literary composition has to be presented first to Swarup Damodar, but he says, first you hear it, and if it is acceptable to your mind, I shall request Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to hear it. Like he's almost stating it like he considers it just a formality that Swarup Damodar will hear the drama. First you hear it, and if it is acceptable to your mind, I shall request Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to hear it. So then Swarup Damodar replies, Swarup kohe tumi gopa paramudar, jai se shastra shunite icha upajay tomar. Swarup Damodar replies, Dear Bhagavanacharya, you are a very liberal cowherd boy. Sometimes the desire awakens within you to hear any kind of poetry, because Gopa, you're like a cowherd boy. It's indirectly, humorously stating, well, what do you really know about literature that you're going to present something that you want it presented to Mahaprabhu? Jadva Tadva Kabir Bhakye Hoy Rasabas Siddhanta Viruda Shunite Na Hoy Ulas. In the writings of so-called poets, there is generally a possibility of overlapping or we could say also incompatible rasas. When the mellows thus go against the conclusive understanding, no one likes to hear such poetry. Yadva Tadva Kavi refers to anyone who writes poetry without knowledge of how to do so. Writing poetry, especially poetry concerning the Vaishnava conclusion, is very difficult. If one writes poetry without proper knowledge, there is every possibility that the rasas will overlap or will be contradictory. When this occurs, no learned or advanced Vaishnava will like to hear it. Rasa rasabas jara nahika bichar bhukti siddhanta sindhu nahi pai par. A so-called poet who has no knowledge of rasas and contradictory rasas cannot cross the ocean of the conclusions of devotional service. Can't present real bhakti siddhanta if he doesn't know how to present rasa without having contradictory rasas. For instance, the rasa of, let's say, Vatsalya ras and Madhura ras, they can produce some rasa bhas. That's why you see why you see that or Sakya ras can also be contradictory to Madhura ras. That's why in some countries, the brother of the the brother or some relative of the girl who's being dated will go along as a chaperone because they know that nothing is going to happen in those circumstances. And Srila Govinda Maharaj explains that in households in India, the bridegroom's elder brother would sometimes wear wooden shoes within the house so that they could hear him coming, because and some persons have said this is why that Nityananda Prabhu was sent to Bengal, because being the elder brother of Krishna, or Balaram, some position in the Mahaprabhu's Leela that Mahaprabhu, you could say, is Krishna, and then Krishna's first expansion as Balaram is coming as Nitai. Well, in the affairs of Radha Krishna, or Mahaprabhu is feeling the mood of Srimati Radharani, then Mahaprabhu said to Nitai, you can go to Bengal and preach there, because you can do something that I cannot do, which is bring Krishna consciousness to everyone in Bengal. But there also is a question of something of rasa bhas. For that reason, we don't put, for instance, Gaur-Nitai deities on the same altar as Radha and Krishna. We can have Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahiyanya. We can have Mahaprabhu on the altar with Radha and Krishna. Or in our temple we have Gauranga Sundar and we have Gandharvika Giridhari. But you will not see that they will put deities of Gaur-Nitai and Radha Krishna on the same altar. It's a question of rasa bhas. A so-called poet who has no knowledge of transcendental mellows and the overlapping of transcendental mellows cannot cross the ocean of the conclusions of devotional service. Vyakaran nahi jani na jani alankar, nat alankara jnana nahika jahar, Krishna-lila barnite na jani se char, Visheshi Durgama E Chaitanya Vihar. A poet who does not understand the grammatical regulative principles, who is unfamiliar with metaphorical ornaments, especially those employed in drama, and who does not know how to present the pastimes of Lord Krishna, is condemned. Moreover, the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are especially difficult to understand, because Mahaprabhu is Channa avatar, he's a hidden incarnation. Not everyone can understand who Mahaprabhu is. 106. Krishna Lila Gora Lila Se Kore Barnan Gora Para Padma Jara Hoy Pranadan. One who has accepted the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as his life and soul can describe the pastimes of Lord Krishna or the pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gramya Kabir Kavitva Shunite Hoy Duk Vidagda Atmiya Bhakya Shunite Hoy Suk. Hearing the poetry of a person who has no transcendental knowledge and who writes about the relationships between man and woman simply causes unhappiness, whereas hearing the words of a devotee fully absorbed in ecstatic love causes great happiness. Gramya Kavi refers to a poet or writer, such as the authors of novels and other fiction, who write only about the relationships between man and woman. Vidagda Atmiya Bhakya, however, refers to words written by a devotee who fully understands pure devotional service. Such devotees who follow the parampara system are sometimes described as sajatiya shaya snigdha, or pleasing to the same class of people. Only the poetry and other writings of such devotees are accepted with great happiness by devotees. Rupa Jaishi Duinata Koriyache Arambe Shunite Ananda Bore. Jaramukha Bande. The standard for writing dramas has been set by Rupa Goswami. If a devotee hears the introductory portions of his 2 dramas, they enhance one's transcendental pleasure. Bhagavanacharya kohe shune bar, tumi shunile balo manda janibe vichar. Despite the explanation of Swarup Damodar, Bhagavanacharya requested, please hear the drama once. If you hear it, you can consider whether it is good or bad. Duitin din acharya agraha korila, tara agrahe swarupera shunite icha hoila. For 2 or 3 days, Bhagavanacharya continually asked Swarup Damodar to hear the poetry. Because of his repeated requests, Swarup Damodar wanted to hear the poetry written by the Brahmin from Bengal. Tab sabloya Swarup Gosai Shunite Basila, tabe se kabib nandi shloka parila. Swarup Damodar sat down with other devotees to hear the poetry, and then the poet began to read the introductory verse. Vikansha Kamala Netre Sri Jagannath Samgye Kataka Ruchir Ihatmani Atmatam Ya Prapana Prakriti Jadam Asesham Chitayan Avirasit Sadishatu Tava Bhavyam Krishna Chaitanya Deva. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has assumed the golden complexion and has become the soul of the body named Lord Jagannath, whose blooming lotus eyes are widely expanded. Thus he has appeared in Jagannath Puri and brought dull matter to life. May that Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Dev bestow all good fortune upon you. Shloka Shuni Sarva Lok Tahare Bakane Sarup Kohe E Shloka Koraha Bhyakyane. When everyone present heard the verse, they all commended the poet. But Swarup Damodar requested him, kindly explain this verse. So you can see all the devotees hearing this verse, they're jai, jai. They're very moved by hearing this. But Swarup Damodar says to the poet, kindly explain this verse. Kavi kohe Jagannath Sundara Sharir Chaitanya Gosai Sharire Mahadir. The poet said, Lord Jagannath is the most beautiful body, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is exceptionally grave, is the owner of that body. Sahaje Jada Jagatera Chaitanya Karaite Nila Chale Mahaprabhu Hoila Avir Bhute. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared in Nilachala, Jagannath Puri, to spiritualize the entire dull material world. Shunya Savar Hoila Anandita Man Dukapaya Swarup Kohe Sakroda Bachan. Hearing this, everyone present was greatly happy. But Swarup Damodar, who alone was very unhappy, began to speak in great anger. Are murka apanara koile sarvanash duita ishware Torah nahika bishwas. You are a fool, he said. You have brought ill fortune upon yourself, for you have no knowledge of the existence of the 2 lords, Jagannath Dev and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, nor have you faith in them. So everyone else is praising the poetry, and this is something that we sometimes see that I always experienced that there are a few persons who one could see were especially qualified to speak because they could present the Siddhanta of Guru Maharaj and Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. They could present they could present our line nicely. And not everybody is capable of doing that. So you see the general devotees here, with even Mahaprabhu in his direct presence, everyone's praising the poetry, and Swarup Damodar is exceedingly angry. You are a fool, he said. You have brought ill fortune upon yourself, for you have no knowledge of the existence of the two Lords, Jagannath Dev and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, nor have you faith in them. Purnananda Chit Swarup Jagannath Raya Tarikaile Jadanashwara Prakrita Kai. Lord Jagannath is completely spiritual and full of transcendental bliss, but you have compared him to a dull, destructible body composed of the inert external energy of the Lord. Purnashad Aishwarya Chaitanya Swaya Bhagavan Tare Kaile Kudra Jiva Swalinga Saman. You have calculated Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, full in six opulences, to be on the level of an ordinary living being, a jiva. Instead of knowing him as the supreme fire, you have accepted him as a spark. Duitai aparade paibe durgati atatva gya tatva barne tara eriti. Swarup Damodar continued, because you have committed an offense to Lord Jagannath and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you will attain a hellish destination. You do not know how to describe the absolute truth, but nevertheless you have tried to do so. Therefore, you must be condemned. Ara ek kori jacha parama pramod deho dehi beta ishware koile aparad. You are in complete illusion, for you have distinguished between the body and the soul of his lordship, Lord Jagannath, or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is a great offense. So you can hear that. You can hear that in what is expressed by the Bengali poet. Because he says, Vikach Kamala Netre Sri Jagannath Samge Kanaka Ruchir Ihatmani Atmatam Ya Prapana Prakriti Jadam Asesham Chaitayan Avirasit Sadishatu Tava Bhavyam Krishna Chaitanya Deva. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has assumed a golden complexion and has become the soul of the body named Lord Jagannath, whose blooming lotus eyes are widely expanded. Thus he has appeared in Jagannath Puri and brought dull matter to life. May that Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Dev bestow all good fortune upon you. So here, it's become the soul of the body named Lord Jagannath. Mahaprabhu is like the jiva, the soul of the body of Lord Jagannath. And he has appeared in Jagannath Puri, Mahaprabhu, and brought dull matter to life. So this Swarup Damodar is very upset hearing this. When Swarup Damodar says, you explain it, the poet says, Lord Jagannath is a most beautiful body, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is exceptionally grave, is the owner of that body. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared here in Nilanchala, Jagannath Puri, to spiritualize the entire dull material world. And one wonders when he presents that, he says to bring dull matter to life, which he means the material world, but does that dull matter, as he's the owner of the body of Lord Jagannath, are you also considering Lord Jagannath to be possessed, his form to be dull matter? So it doesn't sound very good. Ishwarer nahi kabu deho dehi bed, swarup deha chidananda nahi kabi bed. At no time is there a distinction between the body and the soul of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the Lord, his body, everything about the Lord, his swarup, or his form, his name, his lila, his guna, his qualities, they're all of the same nature as the Lord. Namachintamani Chaitanya Rasa Vigrad. Namachintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purno Shudo Nitya Muktam Binatvam namanamino. The Lord is non-different from his form and his name, his lila, guna, rupa, nam, guna, lila, rupa. They're all divine and fully conscious. At no time is there a distinction between the body and soul. The Supreme Personality of God, his personal identity and his body are made of blissful spiritual energy. There is no distinction between them. Deho dehi vibhago yam neshware vidyate kvachit. There is no distinction between the body and the soul of the Supreme Personality of God at any time. Nata param parama yad bhavata swarupam ananda matram avikalpam avidavarcha pashyami vishvashrajam ekam avishvamatman bhutendriyatmaka maras ta upashritosmi tadvaidam bhuvana mangala mangalaya janesmano darashitam ta upasakanam tasmai namo bhagavate nuvidema tubhyam yo nadrito naraka bhagbir asat prasangai. O my Lord, I do not see a form superior to your present form of eternal bliss and knowledge, and your impersonal Brahman effulgence in the spiritual sky. There is no occasional change and no deterioration of internal potency. I surrender unto you because, whereas I am proud of my material body and senses, your lordship is the cause of the cosmic manifestation. Yet you are untouched by matter. The present form of, or any transcendental form expanded by the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna is equally auspicious for all the universes. Since you have manifested this eternal personal form upon whom your devotees meditate, I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Those who are more destined to be dispatched to the path of hell neglect your personal form because of speculating on material topics. So jnanis, they may not come to the right conclusion and neglect the worship of the Lord. Why? Because they're speculating on all kinds of material topics. Kahan Purnananda Ishvarya Krishna Mayeshwar Kahan Kudra Jiva Dulke Maya Rakinkar. Whereas Krishna, the absolute truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is full of transcendental bliss, possesses all six spiritual opulences in full, and is the master of the material energy. The small conditioned soul, who is always unhappy, is the servant of the material energy. Ladinya samvid aislishta, ladinyas samvira slishta sachidanandeshwara swavidya samvrito jiva sanklesha nikarakara. The Supreme Personality of God, the Supreme Controller, is always full of transcendental bliss and is accompanied by the potencies known as Ladini and Samvit. The conditioned soul, however, is always covered by ignorance and embarrassed by the threefold miseries of life. Thus he is a treasure house of all kinds of tribulations. So, the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Controller, is always full of transcendental bliss and is accompanied by the potencies known as Ladini and Samvit. Ananda and knowledge. The conditioned soul, however, is always covered by ignorance and embarrassed by the threefold miseries of life. The miseries caused by one's own body and mind, the miseries caused by others, and the miseries which come as acts of nature or of providence. Thus one is a treasure house of all kinds of tribulations, means that one has a great wealth of problems. Shuni sabas sader chite hoila chamatkar satyako he gosaya duhara horiacha Tiraskar. Hearing this explanation, all the members of the assembly were struck with wonder. Swarup Damodar has spoken the real truth, they admitted. The Brahmin from Bengal has committed an offense by wrongly describing Lord Jagannath and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But previously, they were all praising the poetry of the Brahmin and wanted Mahaprabhu to hear it. But when Swarup Damodar demonstrated the mistakes in that drama, then all the devotees recanted, and they said, "Oh, Swarup Damodar is right. This is not acceptable for Mahaprabhu." Shunya Kabir Hoila Laja Vaya Vishmoy Hamsha Madhye Baka Jaiche Kichu Nahigoy. When the Bengali poet heard this chastisement from Swarup Damodar, he was ashamed, fearful, and astonished. Indeed, being like a duck in a society of white swans, he could not say anything. Taraduka deki Swarup Sadai Ridoy Upadesha Koilatari Jaiche Hitahoy. Seeing the poet's unhappiness, Swarup Damodar, who was naturally very kind-hearted, advised him so that he could derive some benefit. So here, the poet is compared like a duck in a society of white swans, because these are all Mahaprabhu's Parsha devotees. They're all Mahaprabhu's, beautiful devotees, and that poet realizes that he's, we would say he's not in that league, or he's in water over his head, however you want to state it. He's not of that nature. And so he feels, now he is feeling that he's outside his element a little bit. Tara, despite the fact that he tried to describe Mahaprabhu, but the implication is that you need more than poetic skill to do so. You have to be able to present devotional conclusions. For that, you have to be a devotee yourself. Taraduka deki swarup sadai ridoy upadesha koila tari jaichi hitahoy. Seeing the poet's unhappiness, Swarup Damodar, who was naturally very kind-hearted, advised him so that he could derive some benefit. Ja Bhagavat Para Vaishnavirastane Ekanta Ashraya Gora Chaitanya Charane. If you want to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, he said, you must approach the self-realized Vaishnava and hear from him. You can do this when you have completely taken shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanyara Bhaktaganer Nitya Korasanga Tabeta Janiva Siddhanta Samudra Taranga. Swarup Damodar continued, associate regularly with the devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for then only will you understand the waves of the oceans of devotional service. Dameta Paditya Tomar Hoibe Safal Krishnara Swarupa Lila Bharniba Nirmal. Only if you follow the principles of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotees will your learning be successful. Then you will be able to write about the transcendental pastimes of Krishna without material contamination. So you first qualify as you're a devotee, yourself as a devotee, then you'll get the inspiration to write properly. Aishloka Koryacha Paya Santosh Tomara Ridayera Arte Duhaya Lagidosh. You have composed this introductory verse to your great satisfaction, but the meaning you have expressed is contaminated by offenses to both Lord Jagannath and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tumi Jaichi Taichi Kahana Janiya Riti Saraswati Se Shabde Koryache Stuti. You have written something irregular, not knowing the regulative principles, but the goddess of learning, Saraswati, has used your words to offer her prayers to the Supreme Lord. Jaichi Indra Jaiche Indra Daityadi Kore Krishnera Bartsan Se Shabde Saraswati Korana Staban. Sometimes demons and even Lord Indra, the king of heaven, chastise Krishna, but Mother Saraswati taking advantage of their words, offered prayers to the Lord. Vachalam balisham stabdam agyam pandita maninam Krishnam martyam upashritya gopame chakrur apriyam. Vachalam balisham stabdam agyam pandita maninam Krishnam martyam upashritya gopame chakrur apriyam. Lord Indra said, this Krishna, who is an ordinary human being, is talkative, childish, impudent, and ignorant, although he thinks himself very learned. The coward men in Vrindavan have offended me by accepting him. This has not been greatly appreciated by me. That's Indra speaking in his wrong way. Aishvarya made mata Indra jena mato jal Budinash hoila kevala nahika sambal. Indra, the king of heaven, being too proud of his heavenly opulences, became like a madman, thus bereft of his intelligence. He could not restrain himself from speaking nonsensically about Krishna. Indra bole mui Krishnera koriache nindan tarai muke saraswati koranastavan. Thus Indra thought, I have properly chastised Krishna and defamed him. But Saraswati, the goddess of learning, took this opportunity to offer prayers to Krishna. Bachalam kohiye veda pravartaka danya balisha ihapi sishu prayagarva samya. Vachala kohiye veda pravartaka danya balisha tatapi sishu prai goradshanya. The word Vachala is used to refer to a person who can speak according to Vedic authority. And the word balisha means ignorant. Pardon me. I'm sorry. The word Vachala is used to refer to a person who can speak according to Vedic authority, and the word Balisha means innocent. Krishna spoke the Vedic knowledge, yet he always presents himself as a prideless, innocent boy. Vandyabhave anamra stabda shabde koi jahoite anya vigya nahi se agya hoy. When there is no one else to offer when there is no one else to receive obeisances, one may be called anamra, or one who offers obeisances to no one. This is the meaning of the word stabda. And because no one is found to be more learned than Krishna, he may be called agya, indicating that nothing is unknown to him. Panditera manya patra hoy pandita mani tatapi bhakta vatsalye manusha abhimani. The word pandita mani can be used to indicate that Krishna is honored even by learned scholars. Nevertheless, because of affection for his devotees, Krishna appears like an ordinary human being and may therefore be called Martya. Jarasandha kohe Krishna Purusha Adama Tora Sange na Jahim Juhimu Jahi Bandhuhan. The demon Jarasandha chastised Krishna, saying, "You are the lowest of human beings. I shall not fight with you, for you killed your own relatives." In this verse also, Mother Saraswati offers prayers to Krishna. The word Purushadama refers to the personality of Godhead, under whom all other persons remain, or in other words, Purusha Uttama, the best of all living beings. Similarly, the word Bandhuhan means the killer of Maya. In the conditioned state of life, one is clearly related with Maya as a friend, but when one comes in contact with Krishna, one is freed from that relationship. Jahoite Anya Purusha Sakala Adama Se Hoi Purusha Dhamma Saraswati Irmana. Mother Saraswati takes Purusha Dhamma to mean Purushottama, he to whom all men are subordinate. Bande Sabare Tate Avidya Bandhu Hoy Avidya Nataka Bandhu Han Shabde Koi. Nescience or Maya may be called Bandhu because she entangles everyone in the material world. Therefore, by using the word Bandhuhan, Mother Saraswati says that Lord Krishna is the vanquisher of Maya. Emata Shishupala Korila Nindan Emata Shishupala Korila Nindan Se Bhakye Saraswati Koranastavan. Shishupal also blasphemed Krishna in this way, but the goddess of learning, Saraswati, offered her prayers to Krishna even by his words, even by the words of Shishupal. Taichiye shloke tomar arte nindaishe, sarvatera arte shuna jate stuti bashe. In that way, although your verse is blasphemous according to your meaning, Mother Saraswati has taken advantage of it to offer prayers unto the Lord. Jagannathana Krishnera Atma Swarup Kintu Ihan Daru Brahma Stavara Swarup. There is no difference between Lord Jagannath and Krishna, but here Lord Jagannath is fixed as the supreme, as the absolute person appearing in wood. Therefore, he does not move. There is no difference between Lord Jagannath and Krishna, but here Lord Jagannath is fixed as the absolute person appearing in wood. Therefore, he does not move. Tahasaha Atmata ek rupahaya, Krishna ek tattva rupa, dui rupa hoya. Thus Lord Jagannath and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, although appearing as two, are one because they are both Krishna, who is one alone. Thus Lord Jagannath and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, although appearing as two, are one because they are both Krishna, who is one alone. Samsara tarana hetu jai ichha shakti tahara milana kori ekata jaiche prapti. The supreme desire to deliver the entire world means in the two of them, and for that reason also they are one and the same. The supreme desire to deliver the entire world meets in the two of them, Mahaprabhu and Jagannath. And for that reason also they are one and the same. Sakala samsare lokera korite udar gora jangama rupe koila avatar. To deliver all the materially contaminated people of the world, that same Krishna has descended in the form, to deliver all the materially contaminated people of the world, that same Krishna has descended in the moving form of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jagannathera darshane khandaya samsar sabadeshar sablok kore ashibar. By visiting Lord Jagannath, one is freed from material existence. But not all men of all countries can come or be admitted here in Jagannath Puri. So this point is very, very important. By visiting Lord Jagannath, one is freed from material existence, but not all men of all countries can come or be admitted here in Jagannath Puri. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Deshe Deshe Jana Sabloke Nishtarila Jagama Brahmahaya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, however, moves from one place to another, from one country to another, personally or by his representative. Thus he is, as the moving Brahman, delivers all the people of the world. Saraswatir Arta E Kohilun Vibaran Eho Bhagya Tomarajche Korile Barnan. Thus I have explained the meaning intended by Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning. It is your great fortune that you have described Lord Jagannath and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in that way. Krishna gali dite kore nama ucharan senam koi tara muktira karan. Krishna gali dite kore nama ucharan senam hoi tara muktira karan. Sometimes it so happens that one who wants to chastise Krishna utters the holy name, and thus the holy name becomes the cause of his liberation. Kabhi se kabhi sabar chaname puriya, tabi se kabhi sabar chanane puriya, sabar shanana loyla dante trina loya. Upon hearing this proper explanation of Swarup Damodar, the Bengali poet fell down at the feet of all the devotees and thus took shelter of them with a straw in his mouth. Tabe sab bhakta tare angikara koila taraguna kohe mahaprabhure milaila. Thereupon all the devotees accepted his association. Explaining his humble behavior, they introduced him to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Say Kavi Sarva Tyaji Rohila Nilachale Gora Bhaktaganer Kripa Ke Kahite Pare. Say Kavi Sarva Tyaji Rohila Nilachale Gora Bhaktaganer Kripa. Say Kohite Pare. By the mercy of the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that poet from Bengal gave up all other activities and stayed with them gave up all other activities and stayed with the devotees at Jagannath Puri. Who can explain the mercy of the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? By the mercy of the devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that poet from Bengal gave up all other activities and stayed with them at Jagannath Puri. Who can explain the mercy of the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Eta Kohilun Pradyumna Mishra Vivaran Prabhur Agyaya Koila Krishna-katha Shavan. I have thus described the narration concerning Pradyumna Mishra and how, following the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he listened to discourses about Krishna spoken by Ramananda Raya. Taramadye Kohilun Ramanander Mahima Apane Sri Muke Prabhu Barne Jarasima. Within the narration, I have explained the glorious characteristics of Sri Ramananda Raya, through whom Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally described the limits of ecstatic love for Krishna. Prastave Kohilun Kavir Nataka Vivaran Agyahoya Shradaya Paila Prabhur Charan. In the course of the narration, I have also told about the drama by the poet from Bengal. Although he was ignorant because of his faith and humility, he nevertheless obtained shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Lila Amriterasar Ek Lila Pravahe Bahe Shatadar. The pastimes of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are the essence of nectar. From the streams of one of his pastimes, the stream of one of his pastimes flow hundreds and thousands of branches. The pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are the essence of nectar. From the stream of one of his pastimes flow hundreds and thousands of branches. Shraddha Kori E Lila Jay Pare Shune Gora Lila Bhakti Bhakta Rasa Tattva Jane. Anyone who reads and hears these pastimes with faith and love can understand the truth about devotional service, devotees, and the transcendental mellows of the pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Rupa Raghunath Parijaras Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishna das. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishna das, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus send the Bhaktivedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya-lila, 5th chapter, describing how Pradyumna Mishra received instructions from Sri Ramananda Raya. Can you open that door, please? Here, this one, the side door. It's very hot in here. Yeah, of course. Hariharaya Nama Krishna Jaravaya Nama Jaravaya Nama Jaravaya Maravaya Keshavaya Nama Jaravaya Maravaya Keshavaya Nama Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatham Maranammohan Giridhari Gopinatham Maranammohan Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra Garadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Garadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhakta Raguna Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhakta Raguna Sri Jiva Gopala Bhakta Rasa Raguna Sri Jiva Gopala Bhakta Rasa Raguna Hey Jai Gosai Gauri Charana Bandhan Hey Jai Gosai Gauri Charana Bandhan Jaoite Vignana Shavista Puran Jaoite Vignana Shavista Puran Hey Jai Gosai Jar Mui Taradas Hey Jai Gosai Jar Mui Taradas Dasavar Para Renu Mora Panchagras Dasavar Para Renu Mora Panchagras Kadir Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanivas Kadir Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanivas Janame Janame More Abhilas Janame Janame More Abhilas Echai Gosai Jabe Braje Kolabas Echai Gosai Jabe Braje Kolabas Radha Krishna Antya-lila Korela Prakash Radha Krishna Antya-lila Korela Prakash Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan Shri Guru Vaishnava Bhade Majai Aman Shri Guru Vaishnava Bhade Majai Aman Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyas Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyas Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamodas Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamodas Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Haribo. Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Joki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramansa Paravajaka Charyashta Tara Sadashishi Mad Shila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramansa Paravajaka Charyashta Tara Sadashishi Mad Shila Bhakti Rakakshira Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Bharga Ki Jai. Namachari Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Sri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasha Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Brahmsigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Srila Krishna das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Ramananda Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vishvavaranya Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmala Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Navadip Dham Ki Jai, Shri Ramayapur Ki Jai, Saparshada Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai, Saparshada Shri Mahaprabhu Ki Jai, Shri Koladvip Ki Jai, Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai, Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Acharya Vrinda Ki Jai, Sokel Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Sevashram Ki Jai, Ganga Devi Ki Jai, Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopi Govardhan Sham Kuna Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Jo Ki Jai, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, all the assembled devotees Ki Jai, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo.
Jai Shri Bhakti Pavan Janardana Maharaj Ki Jai.